Your phone isn't just the device when you're traveling. It's your map, your translator, your budget tracker, your safety net, and your connection to the world. But only if you have the right apps downloaded before you need them. I've been on the road for years now, and I've watched countless travelers struggle because they didn't set up their digital toolkit properly. Landing in a new country at midnight with no internet, trying to figure out transportation, unable to communicate, phone battery dying. It's completely avoidable if you spend an hour before your trip getting organized. This isn't about downloading 50 apps that clutter your phone. This is about the essential tools that actually earn their place on your device. Most are free or have excellent free versions, and they'll save you money, time, and stress across every continent. Let's start with navigation, because getting lost stops being romantic real fast when you've been walking in circles for an hour. Maps.me is my #1 recommendation for budget nomads, and here's why. It works completely offline. You download the maps for whatever country or region you're visiting before you leave your accommodation, and you have detailed navigation without using any data. This is crucial when you're in countries where you don't have a SIM card yet, or when you're conserving your data budget. The maps show hiking trails, public transportation stops, points of interest that Google Maps sometimes misses. You can bookmark locations, plan routes, see reviews from other travelers, and it's free without intrusive ads. I've used Maps.me everywhere, from rural Albania to the mountains of Nepal, and it's never let me down. Google Maps is still useful, especially in major cities where real-time traffic information matters. The trick most people miss is downloading offline maps. Go to your profile, select Offline Maps, download your region. It's not as comprehensive as Maps.me for offline use, but it excels at finding businesses, checking opening hours, reading reviews. Use both apps together for maximum coverage. When you're in a major city, Citymapper is phenomenal for public transportation. It provides real-time transit information for buses, trains, ferries, bike sharing. It even tells you which train car to board for the quickest exit at your destination. The interface is intuitive, and it compares different route options with time and cost breakdowns. Perfect for budget-conscious travelers who want to use public transit instead of expensive taxis. For outdoor enthusiasts, AllTrails is essential. Find trails based on difficulty, length, user reviews. Many maps work offline once downloaded. Since budget nomads often seek free activities, hiking is one of the best ways to experience a destination without spending money. I've discovered incredible trails in countries where I didn't speak the language, all through this app. Now, translation apps, because communication can make or break your travel experience. Google Translate is more powerful than most people realize. Beyond typing words and phrases, the camera translation feature lets you point your phone at signs, menus, documents for real-time translation on your screen. This has saved me countless times reading bus schedules, restaurant menus, rental contracts. Download language packs for offline use before arriving in a new country. This is critical. The conversation mode allows real-time back-and-forth translation. You speak, it translates. The other person responds in their language, it translates back to you. I've had entire conversations with taxi drivers, market vendors, hostel owners using this feature. It's not perfect, but it bridges gaps that would otherwise be impossible to cross. Papago, developed by Naver in South Korea, offers more accurate translations for Asian languages, especially Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. The interface is clean, with photo translation and voice translation features that often outperform Google for these specific languages. If you're spending time in Asia, download this alongside Google Translate. Duolingo might be a learning app rather than a translation tool, but spending 10 minutes daily learning the local language transforms your travel experience. Locals appreciate the effort, even if you only know how to say hello, thank you, and where's the bathroom. Plus, Duolingo gamifies learning, making it genuinely enjoyable. I've picked up basics in a dozen languages just from consistent daily practice. iTranslate features an excellent phrasebook with common travel phrases, organized by category: dining, directions, accommodation, emergencies. Save your favorite phrases for quick access in situations when you need to communicate fast. When you're trying to explain to a pharmacist what medicine you need, having that phrase ready to go is invaluable. Let's talk accommodation and booking apps, because this is typically your biggest expense after transportation. Booking.com and Hostelworld are the big players, but here's the insider trick. Use them for research and reviews, then check if the accommodation has its own website or WhatsApp contact. You can often get better deals by booking directly, especially for longer stays. Property owners avoid platform commission fees, and they can pass those savings to you.
Both apps offer excellent filters for budget travelers. Search by price, location, amenities like free Wi-Fi and kitchens. Read reviews carefully, especially the negative ones. One person complaining about noise might be oversensitive, but 10 people mentioning it means it's a real problem. Airbnb is standard for apartment rentals, but also explore VRBO, especially in Europe and North America. For Southeast Asia and other regions, Agoda often beats Western booking platforms on price. I've found the same room listed on 3 different platforms with price differences of 20 to 30%. Always compare. HotelTonight offers last-minute deals that can get you luxury hotels at budget hostel prices. If you're flexible and don't mind booking the same day or a day ahead, you can score 4-star accommodation for $20 when properties need to fill empty rooms. I've stayed in places I could never normally afford just by being spontaneous with this app.
Money and finance apps are crucial for managing your budget efficiently and avoiding unnecessary fees. XE Currency is the gold standard for currency conversion. Monitor multiple currencies at once, view historical exchange rate charts, use it offline once you've loaded the latest rates. This is essential when shopping or negotiating prices. You need to know what you're actually spending in your home currency. I check this constantly when making purchases to ensure I'm not getting ripped off. Splitwise is perfect for travelers with companions. It tracks shared expenses and calculates who owes whom, removing all awkwardness from splitting costs. Create groups for different trips, add expenses in different currencies, let it handle the math automatically. This has saved so many friendships from money tension. Trail Wallet is specifically designed for travelers. Set a daily budget, input expenses, see whether you're on track or overspending. It supports multiple currencies and trips with a beautifully simple interface. At the end of each month, you can see exactly where your money went and adjust your spending accordingly. Revolut, or Wise, formerly TransferWise, deserve mention as banking apps that give you near-perfect exchange rates and minimal fees for international transactions. Hold money in multiple currencies and spend with a debit card almost anywhere, saving significantly compared to traditional banks or airport currency exchanges. These apps alone can save you hundreds or thousands over a year of travel. Communication apps keep you connected with people back home, fellow nomads, and locals, entirely for free. WhatsApp is absolutely essential. It's the primary communication app in most of the world outside the United States. You'll use it to contact accommodations, communicate with travelers, join group chats, make voice and video calls over Wi-Fi or data. Not having WhatsApp is like traveling without a phone. Hotels and hostels expect you to have it, tour operators communicate through it, it's non-negotiable. Skype and Zoom are reliable for video calls with family and friends back home, both offering decent free tiers. Zoom is particularly good for group calls when coordinating with multiple people. I use Zoom for weekly calls with family, and the quality is consistently good even on slower internet connections. Telegram is similar to WhatsApp, but has advantages for nomads. File sharing limits are much higher, useful for photos and documents. It offers better group chat features and channels where you can join nomad communities for specific cities or countries. Many digital nomad groups prefer Telegram over WhatsApp for organizing meetups and sharing information. Productivity and lifestyle apps help you maintain work-life balance and stay organized on the road. Notion is incredibly powerful for organizing your life. Use it for travel planning, budget tracking, work project management, journaling, packing lists. It can replace numerous apps. The free version is generous, syncing automatically across your phone and laptop. I have different workspaces for different aspects of my life, all accessible from anywhere. Wi-Fi Map shows nearby Wi-Fi hotspots with passwords shared by the community. This is invaluable when you need internet but don't want to buy something at a cafe just to ask for the password. The community updates are generally reliable, though passwords do change, so have a backup plan. Meetup helps you find events and communities wherever you are. Whether you're looking for language exchanges, hiking groups, professional networking events, Meetup connects you with locals and travelers who share your interests. This is how I've met some of my closest friends on the road. Show up to events alone, leave with a group of people to explore the city with. Every time zone solves the challenge of working remotely across different time zones. This simple, elegant app shows you what time it is for clients, team members, and family at a glance. No more accidentally scheduling calls at 3 in the morning for someone. It saved me from so many scheduling disasters.
Food and dining apps help you eat well on a budget, which means eating like locals. Happy Cow is essential for vegetarians and vegans, but even meat eaters benefit from using it. The app shows restaurants, health food stores, markets with vegetarian options, which tend to be cheaper and healthier. Reviews are detailed, and you can filter by fully vegan, vegetarian-friendly, or places with vegan options. Some of the best meals I've had were discovered through Happy Cow. TripAdvisor still has value for reading reviews and finding restaurants sorted by price range. Don't limit yourself to tourist areas. Zoom out on the map and find where locals eat for better prices and authentic food. If a restaurant has reviews only in the local language, that's usually a good sign. In Asia, GrabFood and Foodpanda dominate food delivery, often with significant discounts for first-time users or during promotional periods. Even without ordering delivery, browse these apps to discover restaurants in your area and check menus and prices. It's like having a directory of every food option with pricing information. Safety and emergency apps provide peace of mind wherever you wander. Make sure you have offline emergency numbers saved for your destination country. The Smart Traveler app from the U.S. Department of State provides safety information, embassy contacts, and travel alerts for countries worldwide, useful for all travelers, not just Americans. I checked this before visiting any new country to understand current safety situations. Google Maps has a share location feature that's useful for safety. When taking a taxi late at night or going somewhere unfamiliar, share your real-time location with a friend or family member who can see where you are. It's a simple precaution that can make a big difference if something goes wrong. TripWhistle Global SOS has emergency contact numbers for every country and can send your GPS location to emergency services. Some solo travelers also use Noonlight, which has a button you hold when feeling unsafe. If you release it without entering your PIN, it automatically contacts emergency services. I hope you never need these, but having them installed gives peace of mind. Transportation and ride-sharing apps help you get around like a local. For ride-sharing, Uber and Lyft work in many places, but regional apps dominate elsewhere. In Southeast Asia, Grab is essential. In India, Ola leads. In Eastern Europe and Russia, Yandex Taxi is common. In Latin America, Uber remains prevalent in major cities. Research before arriving to download the right app. These services are almost always cheaper and safer than random airport taxis that try to scam tourists. Rome to Rio is brilliant for figuring out how to get between cities or countries. Type in your origin and destination, and it shows all transportation options. Flights, trains, buses, ferries, with estimated times and costs. Once you know your options, book directly with the provider. I use this in the early planning stages of every trip to understand my transportation possibilities. For European train travel, Trainline is fantastic. It searches across multiple train operators, comparing prices and times. Booking in advance often yields significant savings. The app stores your tickets, so you don't need to print anything or worry about losing paper confirmations. Here's the thing about all these apps. They're only useful if you have them downloaded and set up before you need them. There's nothing worse than landing in a new country at midnight, exhausted, with no internet, and realizing you don't have the map downloaded or the local ride-sharing app installed. Create a travel apps folder on your phone. Before every trip, go through this list and ensure all the essentials are downloaded. Delete country-specific ones after leaving to free up space, but keep the universal tools ready. Download offline maps, language packs, update everything on good Wi-Fi before you leave. Test things before you actually need them. Make sure Google Translate's offline feature works. Check that your offline maps are actually saved. Verify that your banking apps function. Set up your VPN and test it. The middle of a crisis is not when you want to discover something doesn't work. Organize your home screen intelligently. Put the apps you use daily right there. Maps, WhatsApp, your banking app, camera. Second screen has all the travel-specific stuff you use regularly in whatever location you're in. Everything else gets buried in folders or deleted. The goal is friction-free access to what you need, not a collection of apps you downloaded once and forgot about. Battery management becomes critical when you rely on your phone this heavily. Carry a power bank always. Download offline content to reduce constant data usage that drains battery. Close apps you're not using. Enable battery saver mode when you're going to be away from power for extended periods. One more critical point. Apps are tools, not replacements for human interaction and common sense. The best travel experiences often happen when you put your phone away, ask locals for recommendations, and embrace getting a little bit lost. These apps support your journey, they don't dictate it. Don't become that traveler who experiences everything through a screen. Use Maps.me to find the neighborhood, then put your phone away and wander. Use Google Translate to start a conversation, then try to continue without it. Use Meetup to find an event, then actually engage with people there instead of scrolling on your phone. The apps should make your life easier so you can focus on experiences, not become the experience themselves. They handle logistics, freeing you to be present in the moment. Also, be mindful of data usage and costs. Download everything you can on Wi-Fi. Many of these apps have offline features specifically because travelers need them. Don't rack up massive data charges because you forgot to download maps or were streaming music while walking around. Regional variations matter enormously. An app that's essential in Europe might be useless in Asia. Before visiting any new region, search for posts about the best apps for that specific area. Fellow travelers who've been there recently will have updated information about what actually works. Join some digital nomad or budget travel groups online and ask for recommendations. People love sharing their favorite tools, and you'll discover apps you never knew existed. Some of the best apps on my phone came from random conversations in hostel common rooms. Keep your apps updated, especially when you have good Wi-Fi. Outdated apps crash more, might not work in certain regions, and miss out on new features that could be useful. But be cautious about auto-updates on data. That can eat through your allowance fast. Security matters. Only download apps from official app stores. Be careful what permissions you grant. Does a flashlight app really need access to your contacts? Probably not. Review app permissions regularly and revoke anything that seems unnecessary.
Back up your app list somehow. When you get a new phone or need to factory reset, having a list of essential apps makes setup so much faster. I keep a note in my cloud storage with my complete app setup, including any specific settings or customizations I use. Remember that apps change, get discontinued, or stop working in certain countries. China blocks many Western apps, requiring alternatives. Some countries have slow or unreliable app stores. Have backup options and be flexible when your usual tools don't work. The goal is creating a digital toolkit that makes budget travel smoother, cheaper, and more connected. You shouldn't be fighting with technology when you could be exploring a new city or having dinner with locals you just met. Get your apps set up right, and they fade into the background, just working when you need them. This setup has taken me through dozens of countries, handled emergencies, saved me thousands in fees and overcharges, connected me with incredible people, and generally made an already amazing lifestyle even better. Your phone is powerful. Use that power intentionally. Now go through your phone, delete the junk, download what you need from this list, set up offline features, update everything, and then get out there and explore with confidence, knowing your digital toolkit has your back.